very warm welcome to Trendz Travel. It's a beautiful day and we are glad that you could join us. Coming up, we caught up with one of our favorite artists, Masonwabe Ntloko. And we're off to Soweto for this year's Mrs Soweto competition. We love how our chefs play around in the kitchen. And today we are infusing the Afro with the Italian. Interesting. So what do the superstars eat at the Oscars? Well, let's see what Chef Park has prepared. Sit back and enjoy. Masonwabe Ntloko captured our hearts with his modern heritage style of design. And what really got to us, the everyday South African, is his textile design. Today we are joining him at a gallery in Joburg for an exhibition titled Iliso Lomoya. Hi Masonwabe, thank you so much for joining us on the SABC. So today we are here in your new exhibition. The last time we checked you out was last year at what I believe was your first exhibition?
Yes, it was my firstly, hi, sorry. Yes, it was my first exhibition, but it was a rug exhibition, which is why I then said this was my first gallery exhibition. So the journey from then till now, it's been interesting. You know, there's been a lot of growth. There's been a lot of learning. There's been a lot of, figuring things out. But it's been a beautiful journey nonetheless.
In this exhibition, he takes us on his own spiritual journey, where his cultural beliefs and religion combine. So, do you think your line of work has given much recognition, or rather the recognition it deserves in this country?
I'm not entitled to stuff like that. I'm one of those few people who don't believe that I'm entitled to anything. I think I should always just work my way into the positions that I want to be in. If it's not your time, it's not your time. I can't sit here and tell you what I feel like I deserve or what I think I deserve, because that's not how the world works, So for me, I think I'm in the right path. I'm getting the right people looking at my work, loving my work, buying my work. So I don't really necessarily feel like I deserve any more than I'm getting, but I am working towards getting more.
All right, so maybe let's go back a little bit. When did the journey start? And how?
Okay, that's a tricky question. Is it when did I start drawing, or when did the journey start as in like my career? Career, I'll say, before actually doing my own thing, I was working in the music industry as a designer and creative director. And I worked on a few albums. I worked on Simpiwe Dana's last album. I worked on Jimmy Drulu's last album. I worked on Lady Zama's last album. Those are the only ones I can remember right now. But that was mainly to fund this, but I would say my career really actually starts as an artist/illustrator when I did my collab with Yogi Sim. I think this is 2020, because this was peak COVID. So yeah, that's when everything started, and from there,
Okay, so how do you pick the people that you collaborate with? Is there specific criteria that you go with?
Yes and no, but mostly yes. So usually for me, right now, the biggest thing for me right now is working with local brands. The reason why I want to work with local brands is because there's a lot of control that I can sort of kind of have, or contribution I can have, as compared to international brands where if you're doing the collab, the local branch doesn't have power. And some guy in another country might not necessarily understand where you're trying to go with this. But here, we all have somewhat the same exact stories. So it's easier for them to understand where I'm trying to go. So if I can build a big enough portfolio, wherever I go, then they'll go, oh, okay, this guy's done this. Then we can trust where we can go with the collab, because they've seen what my ideas sort of kind of can, bring to life.
I'm going to call on stage the CEO and founder of
Mrs Soweto.
We will be crowning our very first Mrs Soweto. So that will be happening on the 12th of August in 2023 at the Soweto Theatre. So the contestants are going to go through a journey until the crowning, where we will be taking them through workshops, where we will be developing them personally, like personal development, teaching them about entrepreneurship, teaching them about health and wellness. They'll be touring Soweto. That's where Soweto tourism comes in as well, so that we can show the rich culture and heritage of Soweto, and of course the pageant side of things, which is the cherry on top. We're going to train them on grooming, on etiquette, how to walk, how to speak. So we are saying that the women are coming as they are. They do not have to have experience. So we are saying when they walk out of the journey, Mrs Soweto, they're going to walk out different, having become the best versions of themselves. So Mrs Soweto is more of an female empowerment program. It's more of a journey that women are going to go through that is going to empower them, that is going to help them to make an impact in the communities that they come from. Because most of us were born and raised in Soweto. So through this platform, Mrs Soweto, it's about going back into our communities, developing them and doing some kind of community development, so that when people look back, they are able to see that, through Mrs Soweto, this is what has been able to, to have been changed or impacted in our communities. So how people are able to enter, you can go into our website, www.mrssoweto.co.za. Our entry forms are available there. You can also send us an email at info@mrssoweto.co.za. Then, of course, there's a lot of information on our social media pages, which is on Instagram and Facebook. And then through the email address, we are more than happy to respond to any inquiries, but that's how they'll be able to enter.
I just came across somebody that I never thought I would. I mean, this guy, he's supposed to be somewhere in, like, overseas. What is he doing here? Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. How you doing? I'm right here in Soweto.
What are you doing here?
Well, here's the thing, okay? I'm actually going to be one of the judges for this event, and I'm going to be performing as well a couple of my songs. So I'm really, really looking forward to that.
If somebody wants to win this competition, what is it that they should put in mind?
Okay, cool. I think the first thing obviously is beauty. Somebody who looks great, who looks excellent, or who looks elegant, or looks sexy. Those kind of things, those physical attraction type of qualities. I'm also looking for somebody who's going to make a difference to the community. Somebody who can be able to be involved in a foundation maybe, and be able to give back to making a difference, whatever that may look like, but somebody who's driven about making a difference to South Africa. That's something that I think I'm really, really looking forward to. Not just the physical or the outside appearance, but somebody who's got a great heart for people.
So far, we've spent like 5 minutes together, you and I. Do you think I qualify? Do I need to turn around?
I think you may qualify. You can give it a try if you want. We will see. Are you involved in any community projects?
Well, I'll start with this always the first time, right?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. You go ahead. You do it, girl. Let's see you walk.
Yeah.
There you go. You're getting there. There's a few improvements that needs to be done, especially on your walk.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit more hips.
Maybe we should try it again. Let's try it again.
Let me hold the mic.
Yeah,
please.
yes, please.
Okay.
Yes.
1, 2, 3. Here we go. There we go. That's it. You deserve a round of applause. You got this.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure. Thank you as well.
I call this a royal table of dancers. Yo, bomama bamo, they were dancing. Bomma Dumela, how are you? I'm good. I think you are one of the winners, right?
Yes, I am.
Yes, and who's your position, man?
Position 2.
And how do you feel about that?
Very good.
Do you normally practice at home?
No, I normally watch my grandkids dance.
And you were like, I must show them how this is done.
I just felt, okay, today I'm rejuvenated.
And you just didn't do it for Mahala, ne?
Fortunately, I've got this.
Congratulations.
Thank you, my dear.
And Mama, we're not to the position, man?
Number 3.
Number 3?
Yes.
That means you need more training, ne, Oriane?
No, usually I don't dance,
Oh.
But today.
Say what?
today I dance, you know, because I've seen the young ladies in this house, our children, achieve whatever they've achieved.
Nice.
So I had to stand up and dance.
Hallelujah.
Yes.
And for a first-time dancer, you won a prize.
Yes.
Go on, a high five. Okay. But Oxalai, winile. And then here is our winner. Do you normally practice at home?
No, we don't. But I was too excited that, you know, especially amongst the youth and young people, I wish I was still young. I will go for a competition of Mrs Soweto.
Wow.
But unfortunately, I'm above 50. But next time.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Lloyd Tele, and you're watching Trendz live on SABC News Channel 404.
Trenders, now you know that I always make sure that you get the best of the best. And I mean, in South, obviously we know the person who's behind the ones and twos in the kitchen is definitely Chef Ntloko, and she's going to tell us about the best way to fuse that Italian flavor with Africanness. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm very excited. I mean, we have a very successful event tonight.
For me, it was the first time having a jollof with pasta, and I'm like, what are we having here? What's going on? My palate was like,
Okay, first of all, we're in Africa, guys.
Yes.
We are in Africa and we are Africans and we have a very distinct palate. Pasta obviously originates from Italy, but we like to fuse, you know? So we take pasta, we love it, but we make it our own.
Yeah.
So on our menu today, we had the Bellissimo range, and that range is those ribbons. You know the ones you make for, like when you make
salad.
salad, the base, that one.
Mm-hmm.
But we thought, let's give you something fresh, something light, just to get you started. It had a bit of spinach, a basil, you know, like a basil sauce, something fresh, just to get your palate excited. And then we moved on to a second course that I made. So the first course was made by my colleague chef Bombine. Then I made this is now penne, but the rigged penne, and we made a very creamy Italian base sauce. But the inspiration for me, ke mogelo wa ko Soweto, ke goletse ko Soweto, re na le vegetable garden. Spinach was in abundance. Wa tlhaloganya? Creamy spinach ne le ntho ya teng. So I was like, oh man, let's do creamy spinach vibes.
Let's bring it home.
Bring it home. Added a bit of sun-dried tomatoes, and this is actually an Italian pasta sauce. Sun-dried tomatoes, spinach, a bit of salmon, tomato, and cream, like a creamy based tomato sauce, fire with a bit of heat. And then to finish it off, Chef Mbombi thought, I want to take it to West Africa. I was like, my guy, my guy. I'm giving them jollof. I was like, listen, you can't go wrong with jollof.
Yes.
So a jollof-based sauce, and he had meatballs to go with it, and that was spaghetti. The pasta there was spaghetti. And for dessert, I don't know if you've got the images. Are they going to see the pictures?
Of course,
because
they're all the
combos
content. They're getting
are
all the content.
The combos are amazing. We gave them a tiramisu with a shot of umqombothi with Jägermeister. Because Afro-Italiano, guys. Afro-Italiano.
Tell us a bit about tonight and what you think of Italian food fusing in with African food. Is that something that you explore as a chef a lot?
Yeah, definitely. I think more than anything, with Italian food being known worldwide, it's always beautiful to find a way to merge the cultures together. And even in my own home catering, I always find ways to infuse Italian dishes, from your raviolis to your pastas, and actually make it form part of who we are. Because I mean, what is South African dishes without you actually incorporating in all dishes as well as included with other cultures? Because I mean, food is love, babe.
Right?
And you need to include food everywhere.
Come on. Well, we know that in most African families, pasta is well known for being as part of like salad, something. How do you see the best fusions of really bringing out the best of the Italian and fusing in with that Africanness within the meals themselves?
Yeah, so the Italian part is really the pasta, because asipapa, it's not from here. But the African part is really saying to consumers, and through our campaign, we're going to show our consumers it. Actually, you know, itamati ne anyanyu, you fara with pasta and you've got a meal. Eating fish, you fara with pasta, you've got a meal. So it's not about, you know, treating this thing as if foreign. The Italian is the pasta, the African is everything we do. Whether it's a beef stew with pasta.
How much would you rate it? We want that top rating.
It was a beautiful experience. The food was delicious. Some had some heat, some was seafoody, so I'd definitely give it an 8 out of 10. But it was a beautiful experience. The cultures do merge, the cultures do work well together, and I encourage people at home to actually do the same thing, you know, mix cultures around, mix flavors around. I mean, having a jollof seasoning mixed with pasta was a beautiful experience. Having Nigeria with Italian right over there.
A lot of people debate about, do you wash or rinse your pasta or not? What do you do?
Guys, mamelang. Guys.
Rasuga,
Guys.
Tell us.
No.
We don't?
You do not wash.
Okay.
No, you don't wash
We don't
pasta.
rinse it.
No, you don't rinse it.
After the parboil, nyana, we don't
No.
drain
No.
and rinse
No,
and...
because then once you get it cold, you have to get it warm again. And by the time you get it warm, then you're overcooking it because you're heating it.
Okay.
So what you want to do with your pasta, you cook it and then you drain the water. If you want olive oil nyano, skakenya sunflower oil, babes.
Okay.
Olive oil nyano.
It's not olive oil.
No problem. Nka sauce ele we yetsang mo siting. We kenya ka mo gore ska tshwarana.
Okay.
That's all.
That's what will help the pasta to not stick.
To not stick. But bottom line is, you don't need to wash pasta.
Okay.
Rice, Italy.
Okay. Guys, again, we're not in the business of washing no pasta. We are making sure that we always have some kind of tomato, something,
Sauce.
so that we can do the most. Again,
It's in the sauce.
it's all in the sauce. Just like her saucy. Keep that Italian flavor going. I mean, we'll see you on the flip side.
With the Oscars underway this weekend, the Academy showcased the menu and drinks on Tuesday, the 7th of March, for the exclusive Governor's Ball post-show celebration. Wolfgang Puck was in charge of the menu, his 29th year as the main chef, and he showed off a range of delicacies from vegan options to Miyazaki beef and edible chocolate celebratory cigars.
But I think it's a great event in Los Angeles. You know, everybody worldwide, people talk about the Oscars. I remember I was on a beach in Uruguay, and people came up to me and said, "Oh, Wolfgang, we saw you at the Oscars." I said, "What do you mean you saw me at the Oscars?" "Yes, we saw you on TV." So the whole world is fascinated by movie stars and by the movies. And we are lucky, we are cooking for the biggest event. There are not many bigger events than the Oscars, and all the stars are here, you know, people give out all the Oscars, and then they're all super hungry and come to eat up to our ballroom. Well, we have a lot of different dishes on the menu, like 35 to 40 different dishes. So if somebody is a vegan or a vegetarian, we have something. And then I brought our chef Elliot from London, from Cut in London over, and he's doing some English dishes today, like a crispy fish and chips with a little vinegary sauce with it, and then he's making an English trifle for dessert with our delicious Harry's berries, and also a beef Wellington with the mushroom dixelle and the Madeira truffle sauce. And we have the Miyazaki beef, which is the best Japanese beef. And then we have a branzino with the Mediterranean sauce with fennel, saffron, and tomatoes. We have toro, which we slice thinly like in sashimi and sushi. And we're gonna have enough for everyone. So you can put that in liquid nitrogen. And instead of having it hot, it gets really cold. And then you can smoke your cigar, see? But you can eat everything.
Looking after the wines was Catherine Cartier of Vineyard Brands, who compared selecting the right wine to filmmaking.
So I think, especially actually Fleur de Miraval, it's years of working and finding the champagne that will be blended between the Chardonnay and the Pinot. So there is really a lot of work put behind selecting the right assemblage. And to me, and I'm not an expert in filmmaking, but crafting and art, it's time, it's years, it's finding being juste, as we will say in French, and delicacy and being very detail-oriented. But at the end, for me, a movie, it's happiness, it's celebration, it's excitement, which is kind of the same when you open a bottle of champagne. So there is definitely some, hard work, certainly moment of doubts that are leading to, for some people, to Oscar night, where it's all about celebration and enjoying the moment.
So it's lovely to bring this back to, in fact, my great-great-grandmother lived not far from here in San Diego. So it's nice to bring our French wines back here and serve them at the Oscars. Obviously, there's a long history between France and Los Angeles and the United States, and we're just building on that. But I think a little diversity goes a long way, and we see that in the films, and we're going to see it on the table in the wines also.
Champagne will not be the only drink available to the partying movie stars and filmmakers. Leading the drinks menu will be the Showtime Margarita, a Don Julio-based tequila refresher.
We want to make sure that no matter who walks up to the bar, we have a little something for everyone. So you're going to find some bright, refreshing cocktails, some familiar bases like a margarita or a paloma, but of course we're going to put a signature twist on all of those. We'll have an elegant stirred martini using tequila Don Julio 70. It's a Cristalino tequila, all the way up to the 1942, which is just a really elegant way to finish the night, in my opinion, and we're going to serve that with a little side serve bite, and even something NA for those that are taking a little break between cocktails or not imbibing in that evening.
The Academy Awards celebration is taking place tonight. Well, unfortunately, we've come to the end of our show. Do join us again next week, same time, same place. Goodbye.